Hello, Scottiplayer fans. Remember me? I want you. It's showtime. Let's play a game. What's your favorite scary movie?
Hey everyone, Scottiplayer Popcorn fan here. As you guys can tell, I'm in a bit of a different background right now, and that's mainly because it is raining pretty hard outside, and in my bedroom kind of picks up on that noise a lot more than most of the other rooms in my house, so that's mainly the reason why I'm in my kitchen. So for this particular video, I'm going to be reviewing the second film in the Scream franchise. So yeah, easily Scream 2. There's a lot to be said about like the sequels to the Scream series and how, you know, they can get a little bit too much with the meta commentary, especially in the third film. That's when it's at its worst. But in the second film, in Scream 2, I think they do a decent enough job with the meta commentary, and I enjoy that aspect of this movie. It's one of my more favorite parts of this movie, actually, when they are talking about sequels and what they do to kind of, you know, keep a franchise going and all that kind of stuff. And it's interesting. Obviously, all the lead characters from the first film come back: Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, and with some newcomers, especially Laurie Metcalf, who plays, you know, Debbie Salt, as we know of as at first when she's introduced in the movie. But, you know, then there's also Jada Pinkett Smith and a few other notable actors in this film that definitely help. I like that all the actors in this movie, and just seeing all the different relationships and all the different kind of elements of characters being connected in certain ways. And then once you get to the third act of the film, all of that pays off, and easily, like, because this is a sequel, they up the body count, not by much but a little bit. And also like Wes Craven does I think Wes Craven did a little bit of a better job with certain scenes as a director in this movie, and especially with some of the more high budget kind of scenes, like that with the car, like near the end of the movie, when you know, Ghostface is driving that car, killing that cop. That was definitely a scene that felt. You can obviously tell that this movie had a bit of a higher budget than the first film, and you can definitely see that with this movie. And, you know, once you get to the third act, you know, I'm not going to spoil it too much, but this is a pretty old film. I mean, so I won't spoil, like, too much, but, you know, I'm just going to, like, talk about certain scenes that I thought were really well done and really well directed and things like that, but I'm not going to spoil anything too specific. But I like how there's one scene in this movie where it's in a library, and it's kind of a heated argument, and it's something that helps build the tension, and I really liked that scene. And also, once again, the score is great. You know, Wes Craven, and I don't know who the score, who did the score actually. I have the DVD right here. So the score was done by Marco Beltrami. That was the composer. He did a pretty good job with the score in this movie. So overall, I really enjoy Scream 2. It's one of my more favorite sequels in the series, next to the original film. And I wanted to review this movie because there's that new movie coming out. So I was thinking of reviewing all of the movies leading up to the new one. So yeah, Scream 2, it's easily my favorite sequel in the Scream series. But, you know, still the original Scream is still my favorite out of all of them. But out of all the sequels, Scream 2 is my favorite. It's a really good film with a really good amount of drama and tension, because this movie does still have a good enough amount of tension. but you know, it's not as the movie doesn't. It's not as creepy, I guess. You know, there's not as much of a attempt at horror. Leans a little bit more into the meta humor, and they do that a lot more in Scream 3. That one suffered a lot with because of that, but Scream 2, I think, is a very underrated slasher film. It's my favorite out of all the sequels. So if I had to give a grade for Scream 2, I would probably give it like a B. That would be my grade for Scream 2. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.
If you all hang up on me, you'll all die before Scott Pike can upload another video, and you will regret it. Don't even think about hanging up on me.